Hey everyone, Levi Wright here, Assistant Director of Prospective Student Services here at OSUIT, and we're back today with another live virtual tour. And today we are in the Mopar CAP program, and we're going to get to go through this program, see what it looks like, and see what a student's time would be like here at OSUIT in this program. As usual, if you have any questions, please put those in the comments while we are going. We'll get those questions answered throughout the tour and more at the end. So please feel free to ask those questions in the comments. Even if you're watching this later on and it's no longer live, you can still leave those comments and we'll still get answers to you. If you have any family or friends that you think would benefit from seeing this, please share this with them so that they're able to watch it as well. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to one of our wonderful instructors, Mr. John Pryor, and let him take over.
Good morning. My name is John Pryor. I am the program coordinator and one of the instructors here for the Mopar CAP program. First, I wanted to let you know what Mopar CAP stands for. CAP stands for Career Automotive Program, and that's one of the biggest things that we really want to emphasize is that not just an education, not just a job, is a career in the automotive field. This is a corporate sponsored program. It is sponsored by Fiat Chrysler Automobiles, which is FCA is and most of you probably remember it just being Chrysler. And what that means to you is what all they supply. They supply the vehicles, they supply the standards and the objectives for the whole training program. So they are the manufacturer, so they know exactly what they want their technicians to know about these vehicles, and so they set all those standards. So because of that, they supply all the tools, special tools and equipment, the curriculum, and components. And what that actually means to you is that there's not nearly as many books and things like that you need to buy. If you follow me around over here, this is what our service information used to look like. Okay, you notice if you can see the dates on that, they stopped that in about 0304 for most of our service information. Everything went online. Okay, so the curriculum books, that's service information. Curriculum books, the one book that we have you buy is this one book. Okay, it's kind of expensive, it's a couple $100, but if you have priced what you normally spend on college books, that's pretty much a bargain. After that, all the course curriculum is supplied by Fiat Chrysler Automobiles, and it's print on demand. You will get a whole bunch of these different course books. This one happens to be electronic control systems, and we try to be a little bit organized. We have 6 bookshelves here. Okay, there's 6 semesters in our program. It's 6 semesters. There's 5 internships. Those internships, Mr. Gibble will talk to you about that here in more depth in just a little bit. But you will get a copy of each one of these books, of all the curriculum. Fiat Chrysler Automobiles has 4 levels of certification. Okay, 4 levels of certification is they have an orientation level. They have a level 1, which is for an entry level, really starting ground zero. They have a technician level, which is level 2. Okay, and a level 2 technician is capable and trained to do everything on the vehicle in each category. Okay, they have a level 3, which is considered a master technician level certification. We train in all areas all the way through level 2. They kind of cut us off at level 2. Fine with me. We got plenty to cover to get through level 2, okay? But we do. So each one of those semesters, kind of our philosophy here is we're going to start with the basics. Some people come in with some knowledge already, whether they've been to a career tech or they've been working with mom and dad, or they know somebody, they've been working under a shade tree, School of Hard Knocks or whatever, and they may have some knowledge that they bring with them. Fine, that'll be a review. If people come in and they don't have any formal training background, we're still going to start at ground zero, because we have to get the foundation put in place. You get the foundation put in place, and we can just move on from there and build on foundation, build on foundation, build on foundation. Before you know it, you're doing some pretty complex stuff. And we like to say you're speaking Mecanese, okay? It's almost a different language. And to that end, come over here. These you see we have a whole array of laptop computers. We use those. All of our service information is online now. We covered that somewhat. They quit printing the books per se. So all of our service information is online. As a student, you have the credentials to go on Dealer Connect and look up service information for any one of our vehicles, bumper to bumper, okay? Now, one of the other things that is a big deal is scan tools. And scan tools have evolved and evolved and evolved and evolved and evolved. And the latest one, here's our scan tool, okay? And everything's getting smaller, okay? But this scan tool is called YTech. It's a program. It's who we buy it from. And this is the only thing that you plug into the vehicle. There's no wires hooked to it, none of that. You plug this into the vehicle, it hooks up wireless to the network, sends it to a cloud. You come to the computer, you log on to a website with your credentials, okay, you gotta have those credentials, and you can scan that vehicle, actuate lights, honk the horn, do all the tests, look at all the systems tests, all the data, everything that you can do with a manufacturer scan tool from literally anywhere in the world that you can get internet. As long as you can get to the website, you can scan that vehicle as long as it's plugged into it, and you have the credentials to look at what is being transmitted from this pod. So we have several of these. So the students, these laptops, they live in here when we're not in class, when we're out in the shop. These laptops come off the dock and they go out there with them because they need service information. So I've covered the certification. The other thing that you get is an associate degree of applied science in automotive technology from OSU-IT. OSU-IT is the technical branch. If you're not familiar with us, we're the technical branch of the OSU system. But you get that degree that has OSU on it, okay, which is literally recognized worldwide. All the credits transfer, all that kind of thing. Those are all things that you need to look at when you're looking at all the different programs. So I want to take us out in the shop. I'm going to turn you over to Mr. Mark Gibble, which is the other instructor. Before I do that, I'm going to brag on him a little bit because he probably won't for himself. He is a graduate of the first year program of the CAP program here at OSU-IT. He was the outstanding student. He went to the dealership within just a few years. He was the mentor, and he'll talk about the mentor and the internships and everything in a lot more depth. But he worked as a master technician, Viper technician, all those things in the dealership for a number of years. And we were lucky enough when we had an opening when the founder of this program retired, Mr. Gibble was available and come on and has been a great addition to our program. A little bit more about myself, because I know he's going to mention it. I've been here the longest of any of the automotive instructors. I've been here just a few weeks shallow of 20 years. Before that, I was a graduate of OSUIT in the early 80s. Before that, I'm a career tech graduate. So if you're in that path, it does work, okay? I worked for a number of years in dealerships. I've been in business for myself. I've taught for the last 20 years. So let's go on out in the shop, and I'll introduce you to Mr. Mark Gibble.
Still some of my thunder. Hello, my name is Mark Gibble. Again, like Mr. Pryor said, I am the other automotive instructor here at OSUIT. Like he said, the Mopar CAP program was founded in 1996. We've been around for a long time. It's a very established program. I was a graduate of the first program. Mr. Pryor was actually a mentor to some of the guys that I went to college with. So between the two of us, we're pushing about 70 some years in the automotive industry and about 30 years of instructional experience. We are both automotive technicians that are trying to act like instructors. We're not instructors trying to act like automotive technicians. In any program, lecture is going to be part of it, but we're just like the students. We don't like sitting in the classroom any longer than we have to. We want to be out here in the shop working like we did for many years. If you enjoy listening to me talk in the classroom, I've got a counselor here on campus. I'll be happy to send them to you, okay? Right behind me, Mr. Pryor might have mentioned some of the vehicles. Again, all of our vehicles are donated. Here's just a small sample. We've got Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. We have currently about 20 active training vehicles. These are all hands-on vehicles. We're a hands-on college. These are what the students are going to work on. We don't have any show cars in our shop. So the whole idea is you're going to get here. If you look at my cars, they're going to have fingerprints. They're going to have some broken trim pieces. The idea behind this is if you mess up, we want you to mess up here. We don't want you to do it when you're at the dealership. Our program is a 2-year program. It's 6 semesters. We go all year long, no summers off. It is also 5 internships during that 2 years. So you're basically going to spend about half your semester here on campus. Then you're going to go out into the real world. We're going to help you find a sponsoring dealer. If you want to call them a sponsor, we like to call them an employee dealer because you are going to be an employee of that dealership. All right. The idea behind our program is you're going to complete 2 years. After 2 years, you're going to graduate on Friday. You're going to unload your toolbox on Monday and go to work as a full-time employee. While your time here, we'll start out like everything else. We start out with fundamentals, safety, intro to electrical. We move into our second semester is just all advanced electrical. Everything nowadays, with the exception of the spare tire winch, has got some kind of electronics on it. So we spend a lot of time on electrical. We'll move into brakes, heating, AC in our third semester. Fourth semester, we get into the differentials and drive lines. Automatic transmissions, manual transmissions. Fifth semester, we go into engines and engine performance, and then our sixth semester, we get into the diesel and diesel engine performance, or diesel fuel systems. Okay. As you look, we have, like I said, the 20 active vehicles. We actually also have a full warehouse full of components. This is just some of our samples because I just got done with the engines class. So you can see the diesel engines. We go from the big diesels all the way down to the little 4-cylinder turbos that FCA is bragging about nowadays. Okay, so we're going to take these apart, put them back together. If we're not actually working on the vehicles themselves, we'll be working on components. Again, we'll just pull them out. We might have them on a bench or on an engine stand. While you are here at OSUIT, obviously if you're a technician, you have to have tools. So we have tool programs. This is a small sample. Just you get multiple different tool carts that you can get. Snap-on, Matco, Mac, Napa. We have SK, Tecton. There's several different programs. It's just kind of what you want, what you prefer. you get up to 50% discount on many of these tools. So while you're here at OSUIT, you can take advantages of the tool cost and get you a nice set of tools so when you're prepared to go out there and work at the dealership. You also have, for those of you that have been in a career tech, we have PLA credits, which are prior learning assessment. So if you've done any type of career tech certifications through ASE or the state certifications that they offer, you can turn those in for prior learning assessment credits. And that'll basically give you some discounts on your tuition. Also, while you're here as a student, if you'd like to do ASE testing, you can go to the testing centers in Tulsa or at your local dealer or at your local area, and you can take that ASE test, and that can be applied for PLA credits. So there's several different ways you can save money while you're here on campus even. Also, for those out-of-state people, if you're interested in out-of-state tuition has been waived right now. If you're an out-of-state person, you're not going to pay any more than the in-state people. All right. Behind me, you can kind of see our shop. Again, we're gonna put things in the lecture. We're gonna bring it out here, let it build on the lab. We do a stair step. I think Mr. Pryor mentioned that. Everything's gonna kind of build on itself. So the idea behind that, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna come out here. We're gonna try to do our best to simulate a real world scenario. We've got a dyno behind us, so in engine performance or transmissions, if we need to actually simulate something that's driving down the road because our trainer vehicles aren't legal to be driven on the street, or because sometimes it's hard to put 12 people in a vehicle at one time, we can just put it on the dyno and we can actually watch things while it's there on, in a simulated environment. And then again, you're going to go out into the internship and you're actually going to try to apply yourself. Real quick on the internship, I think I already said it was paid program. Also, while you're on internship, we're going to come see you a couple of times while you're out there. We're not just going to throw you out there sink or swim. You'll get to work with mentor technicians, and we're going to come see you, make sure everything's okay. We keep in contact throughout that 6 or 7 weeks that you're out there every semester. And if you ever have a problem, you just pick up the phone and call us. Okay? We're going to brag about it. We've got 100% employment. The transportation industry is an essential industry. We've had some strange times going on. So you hear a lot of people getting laid off. We have almost every one of our employees or every one of our students is still employed. It's still essential. We've got to be out there. We've got to have transportation to keep the world working. Questions?
Yeah, we have one. We know that this is traditionally a very male-dominated field, so can you speak to the opportunities for women within a program like this?
There are plenty of opportunities for females in programs like this. We've had women in the past. It's becoming more popular out in the industry for women. There's actually some really good jobs when it comes to things like engine performance, where it can be really tedious, or electrical. Sometimes the women actually do better with some of that, analytical thinking. So yeah, there's plenty of areas where women can definitely excel in this. Any other question? All right. Did I leave anything out, Mr. Pryor? Again, if you have any questions, please, you can contact myself or Mr. Pryor. There's our contact information. You can also go to osuit.edu or moparcap.com if you'd like to learn any more about it or ask a question. This is how you contact us. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, thank you both for your time today and sharing this information. Thank you all for joining today. Again, if you have any questions that weren't answered or you think of later, feel free to come back to this video and ask those in the comments, or you can also go back and utilize the information that they put up here on the screen for you all to be able to contact them directly. Make sure you like and follow the Friends of Pete on these platforms of social media so that you're able to keep up with future videos. Make sure to ask the questions, and always remember to stay safe, stay true to you, and go